So the past few months, I've heard a lot of smart, well-meaning coaches who I respect saying that you can't get strong or build muscle using kettlebells. So I wanted to hop on here and share some thoughts that I think are being overlooked. The first criticism I want to address is that if you use light kettlebells, you're probably not going to get that strong, obviously. The same thing goes for barbells and dumbbells. Progressive overload and the said principle still apply with kettlebells. They do come in different sizes after all. And this leads to my next point. What is it that you're doing with those kettlebells? I think most people are going to find a double clean, press, and front squat complex pretty damn challenging, provided the weights are heavy enough to allow for an adequate stimulus. So maybe these coaches are referring to the traditional exercises like the kettlebell swing. And this is where I think people start to take a pretty narrow view. Strength and hypertrophy are obviously at the forefront for any resistance training program goal, but for combat athletes, especially us older guys, injury risk reduction is a close second. It's been shown that excessive dynamic knee valgus and external rotation is a main contributor to non-contact ACL injury. Contraction of the semitendinosus has the potential to compress the medial knee compartment, which reduces the risk for dynamic knee valgus. One study looking at elite female handball players looked to examine the differences in muscle activation between the semitendinosus and the biceps femoris. Kettlebell swings primarily targeted the semitendinosus over the biceps femoris with EMG readings ranging from 73 to 115% of maximal voluntary contraction. Romanian deadlifts also emphasize the semitendinosus, showing similar muscle activation levels as the kettlebell swing. Conventional deadlifts seem to activate the biceps femoris more than the semitendinosus, indicating a different recruitment pattern than the RDLs and kettlebell swings. Now you might be asking, why not just do RDLs? After all, the loading potential of a barbell is superior to that of kettlebells, and to that I'd agree. But what if your client doesn't belong to a gym that has a squat rack? What if space is an issue? What if they work out at home? What if they simply want to use kettlebells? I want my clients to have high levels of movement literacy, which means they need to be able to do it all. So at the end of the day, it's not the tool that's lacking, but the person who wields it.